Examples. You want to plan a marketing campaign. What's the goal? The goal is to leave a trace in the memory of your market with your brand, some message, so that people 6 months after will pick up this pack in the supermarket. That's the idea. So you will design your campaign, your marketing system, the package, with one constraint: long-term memory. Entering long-term memory and activate it at the right moment. Step one, entering the long-term memory. You should respect the rule. It's a system. So you should punch the right buttons. Respect the rule, a discipline. Okay? Let's say that's the long-term memory. Okay. What are the rules to get a yes when you send a mail? What are the rules to sell your stuff? Easy. Rule number one. If you turn your title into question, you will increase by 17% the impact of the text that follows. I repeat. If you turn your title into questions, easy, you will increase the impact of the text that follows under the title by 17%. It's rule number 124. You get this? Okay. That's one of the rules. How to be a professional. That's the answer. Why? Why? Simple. Because when you trigger a memory, when you ask a question, it's not the same. You do not activate the same system as reading. You activate the searching system. And the searching system has a totally different pattern. You get this? Okay. And you will produce a lot of written communication. If you do not respect that, you are not a professional. Because it's proved, it's good practice, it's effective. No comment. Use Time Roman 12 point. Why? Because there is a baseline. And with the baseline, you know, the controlling system of the gazing system, it's a very sophisticated system to control the eyeball movement, okay? It's difficult to read for the brain. So the brain will look for one thing, a baseline, a baseline. Once the brain, the tracking system of the eyeballs will find it, it will follow it. So you increase the speed of the reading. And if you increase the speed of the reading, you increase the pleasure of reading. And if you increase the pleasure of reading, you get better access to long-term memory. But your title in Helvetica, or your brand names in Helvetica. Why? Because there, the goal is not fast reading. The goal is to get more access, second, to the memory. So you break, there is no more baseline. So there is something wrong. And the gazing system will detect that immediately and spend more time, it's subconscious totally, on words in Helvetica. So you have the pleasure of fast reading to opening the memory, then you stop, you enter the brand. Get away. You get this idea? Ergonomics. Written communication ergonomics. If you want to some reading on that, written communication ergonomics. Comment on that? Another one. But you should know by heart at least 20. But another one. If you produce words, text, more than 2 pages, please shape them into a column of 6 to 8 words. Any idea why? The gazing system is quite simple. So if you write on a full A4 line, okay, stop 1, enter information, load, forget, jump, stop, load, link, forget. That's a full A4 line. If you work like in a newspaper like this, 1 stop, triple load. No problem with this. Be professional. Respect the 20 rules to send mails, memo, brochure in business. 20. Let's take another. You want to sell your stuff now. Your brochure, your mails are okay. You want to sell. You have a 1 or contact with the prospect. You want to turn your suspect into a prospect. Okay. So you have 1 or contact. How will you organize this? So you have 1 or with this guy. You want to buy you something or not? So you will prepare your message, your key sales message. It can be with a subordinate you want to convince to do a job. Okay, same. You prepare what we name a message. And a message is something very special. It's 3 paragraphs, each paragraph 3 sentences. It's something very technical. It's a message. And this message, you want to enter the long-term memory. Because you want this guy to obey you. You want this buyer to buy you something. You should penetrate the long-term memory. How to do that? Repeat the same thing 6 times. Repeat the same thing 6 times. So your message, 3 sentences per paragraph, 3 paragraphs, should be really well designed. Okay, really well designed. Okay, you learn it by heart. You fire it first contact minute. You fire it at 10 minutes. You fire it when you leave the guy at 50 minutes. You send a memo at 1 day. You send the offer at 7 days. You call back. Okay, 6 hit like this. 1 minute, 10 minutes like this. We call that planned customer approach. Why this spacing system? It's obvious. It's obvious. If you repeat it anytime when you think, you will create harassment. If you repeat it exactly during those golden windows, you will penetrate the brain at the right moment. At the right moment, exactly. Time, probability of recall. First it, forget. Second it, at the right 10-minute moment. Why 10 minutes? Because it's the moment where you start to forget, but not too much. If you repeat it here, you should build that again. If you repeat it then, it's like trying to enter a key in a hole, in a keyhole. Well, there is already a key. Okay. But if you repeat it exactly at that moment, you are welcome. You are welcome. So, okay. And the curve is not descending so fast. So, third it at 1 hour. So, at the end, with 6 repetitions, you get a 95% probability of recall at 6 months. Excellent. Okay. Planned customer approach. Ergonomics. Memory ergonomics.